Hi, welcome to the award-winning Ed Brown Show. Play ball, everybody. This weather, we wonder what's going on. But you know what? We still have the Bay Sox. The Bay Sox going to open another week. And you know who we have here? We have that general manager, Brian Shellcraw. He's still with us, bringing us outstanding programs at the Bay Sox Stadium. Welcome to the Ed Brown Show, Brian.
It's great to be back as always.
Yeah, I tell you, boy, couldn't wait, boy. And what we have to do is pump that weather up, and let it stay up in the 70s, so we can go out there and eat. Tell me, you have any different foods out there you gonna bring in this year?
Different folks?
Foods.
Oh yeah.
Well, hey, that's why we gotta have a hot dog.
We actually have a unique, a new food station that'll be on our concourse. It'll be like a hot dog station where you can build all of your condiments. I mean, obviously hot dogs are nothing new to the ballpark, but it's just a new way to spin it. And then we'll have a foot-long sausage in our Black Angus grill. So those are two of the traditional foods of baseball that we're taking different spins on.
Oh, great. Hey, tell us about the Bay Sox last year. They were in the playoffs, right? And just what are they going to bring this year?
Well, hopefully they'll bring back a lot of what the momentum they had last year.
Yeah.
As you mentioned, we entered the playoffs. We won our first two games at home in the best-of-5 series. And then we lost our next three consecutive on the road to Akron. So it was really a tough pill to swallow, especially leaving, getting on the bus, knowing you're up 2-0 in a best-of-5 series. But we return a lot of those guys back to our program this year, and we have a really young bunch of starting pitchers that should add to our nucleus and make for an exciting season.
Oh, so tell us a little bit about some of the new players that's coming in. People understand. They get attached to some of the players, Give us a background of some of the guys that be out there starring for the Bay Sox.
Well, it's a good question. The first two guys that really come to mind in our roster this year that a lot of the scouts have their eyes on, and certainly the Orioles have their eyes on for their progression. One is Dylan Bundy, who's a young kid. He's only 20 years old.
Where is he from?
He's actually from, good question, Ed, I believe, Colorado.
Colorado.
Don't quote me on that. And then we also have a gentleman by the name of Kevin Gossman, another really
What's his position?
Starting pitching.
Starting pitcher.
So both Dylan Bundy and Kevin Gossman are starting pitching.
Oh, so you're going to have a little pitching out there, huh?
That's what we think. We think we're going to really have the start of our season is going to be really good in the starting rotation. We may even have as many as 6 people in our starting rotation once we start once Dylan Bundy is here and everybody's healthy and ready.
What's especially fastball changeup?
Yeah, well, they both have explosive fastballs, which is
that
really
right?
baseline. Yeah.
What? Close to 100.
Well, yeah, in the 90s, it's certainly
in the 90s,
certainly a major league type of talent. So once they develop all their pitches, they certainly will be ready, and both will be ready, I believe, for the major leagues this season.
Is that right? So we have a chance of losing him then, huh?
Yeah, that's the negative part.
Yeah, that's the negative part, Well, the fans get accustomed to it, They want to see him stay in the area, They can go out there and see him, with the programs, fantastic programs you have out there, and so family oriented. That's what makes it great. I've heard people talk about that, they really enjoy that, and the parking and everything, so it's really ideal for family, And you have special days like family days. Now tell us a little bit about some of those special days that programs you're going to have for.
Well, we have different programs. Each day of the week we might have a different program. We have days of the week where kids could eat for free with a prior ticket purchase. We have giveaways, of course. This coming, we open a week from today, which is the 11th.
So you open the 11th?
Correct.
Oh, wow.
Correct. And so we have giveaways, including the next day, the 12th. We have a poster giveaway of the two gentlemen that I mentioned to you earlier, Dylan Bundy and Kevin Gossman. And so on Tuesdays, we have a belly buster type of promotion where...
Belly buster, tell us about that. I mean, you had to qualify for that?
You just got to be hungry, Ed.
Yeah, just be, is that right?
You just got to be hungry.
Just be hungry. Hey, you want to have a hot dog contest?
Well, what we'll do is anybody that buys a box seat gets a free voucher for 2 hot dogs, Cracker Jacks, and peanuts. So it's a good bargain.
Yeah. Right. Well, are you going to continue those education programs, reading programs? I think they're just outstanding.
Yeah, absolutely. We have programs in all of the local counties, and we keep expanding counties as well. So Prince George's, Montgomery, and Southern Maryland counties, Anne Arundel counties. Certainly, not only do we have reading programs, we also have we have a math program called Pi Day. We also have a program that's called Most Improved Student. And
is that right? That's in the whole area too.
That's in the whole area, and where teachers nominate kids for improvements based on their criteria, and we reward the children with free ticket.
So, I mean, that program is, how long have you been doing that?
Mercy, Ed.
Yeah.
How long have you and I been talking?
Yeah,
probably 10 years
10
now.
years, yeah. It's a very nice program, but the people, they really see something positive there, and the kids are learning something, too. That's what makes it outstanding.
Well, when we get feedback from teachers, they really look for incentives to get the kids moving in the right direction. And if we can offer that, certainly then we feel good about ourselves, and the teachers have the benefit of dangling that carrot.
Right. Well, tell us, what about mascots? We're going to have any different mascots out there
I'm glad you asked. You remember our Bristles mascot?
Bristles, yeah.
Bristles.
Bristles.
For those of the viewers that don't know, Bristles is a toothbrush, and he's an advocate of healthy dental hygiene. And
another positive thing for the kids.
Sure.
Yeah.
And this year, it is going to be a brand new mascot. His name will still be Bristles, but Bristles got a complete makeover last year.
Is that right?
So I think the fans are really, really going to enjoy Bristles.
Is it the makeup and the costume?
Yeah. So Bristles now has a mohawk of bristles and 2 toothbrushes sticking out. It's pretty
exciting, huh?
Yeah.
For kids.
It'll be fun. I think you'll enjoy it. And of course, we'll have Rocco back. And we can't forget about mentioning Louie. So Louie will be there as well. So I think we've got some real fun things lined up as far as that's concerned, the mascots.
Right, because kids really enjoy that. When they walk between on the center there, behind home plate, boy, I don't care what's going on out on the field when those mascots come out.
Right.
The parents have a difficult time keeping them in the seat. They're waiting for them to come down. So what happens is as soon as they see the mascot, they're gone. It tickles me how the parents be calling them, man. They act like, hey, and Louie comes out. Louie, he's the main event.
Yes. Yes, he is, and we don't want to upstage Louie, but we do have certain events. One event we have is Superhero Night, and for Superhero Night, we are going to have Batman and some other.
You're going to have Batman?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow, good. And let's see, it's another character that they're pushing now. Youngsters were asking me about. I think it was about. You said Batman and Robin, or is it just going to be Batman?
Well, we know Batman's going to make an appearance, Ed. We're not sure about Robin, but we'll have other superheroes, including Superman, Spider-Man.
Yeah, right. So,
and a lot of times the kids will get dressed up in their favorite superhero, and that's what makes it fun.
Now, are you going to have costume night or something, and give away different things, or where the youngsters can actually come in their own costume.
Yes. Yeah. When I mentioned superhero night, but we also have Star Wars night. So that's a lot of kids will bring out their Star Wars garb.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Star Wars.
Yeah.
Okay. Right.
So we got a couple of nights like that where kids can get dressed up, and it's almost like Halloween in the summertime.
Right. But I mean, the kids really enjoy that. That's one thing. That's a positive thing. Okay, what we're going to do? We'll be back in a second. And don't forget, hey, look, the Bay Sox are back. You got to get out and see them. Don't forget to bring the kids the hot dogs, everything. See you in a second.
The odds of this daughter of a clergyman spending 11 weeks at #1 on the U.S. singles charts? 1 in 19 million. The odds of going on to win 6 Grammy Awards? 1 in 1.4 million. The odds of having a child diagnosed with autism? 1 in 88. I'm Toni Braxton, and I encourage you to learn more at autismspeaks.org/signs.
Say with me, imagine what you'd see if every child had a book to read.
So the mission is for us to get a book to each and every child.
So let's join hands, book people unite, unearth hidden passion. Come on, we'll have a good time.
One book could be the first thing helps to change a life. Book people unite.
Read to a child today and spark a lifetime of ambition.
Together now, we can make it better now. Come on, can we do it?
Yeah, you know that we can.
We'll rope it up,
Cause we know how to jump.
we'll roll it out,
Cause we know how to skate.
we'll cut it down,
Cause we know what to eat.
we'll swap it out.
We eat healthy stuff.
Can we do it?
Yeah, you know that we can.
Can we do it?
Yeah, you know that we can.
Yeah, well come on.
Today's a good day to grab your kids and hang out with them for an hour. Dance, walk, play a sport, or cook a healthy meal. Because just moving a little and eating better every day can help make you and your child healthier.
Can we do it?
Yeah, you know that we can.
We'll ball it up,
Cause we know how to hoop.
we'll mess around,
Cause we know how to play.
we'll drop it down,
Cause we know how to dance.
we'll veg it up,
Veggie night and day.
Can we do it?
Yeah, you know that we can.
All in together now, we can make it better now.
Come here.
I love you, Dad.
You're not sitting here.
Yes, I am.
Move!
Give it to him hard.
No.
Every day, kids witness bullying.
Why you stabbing me with it? No.
They want to help,
Ow.
but don't know how.
Oh, you got...
Teach your kids how to be more than a bystander. Visit stopbullying.gov.
Hi, welcome to the Ed Brown Show. Yeah, you know what? Hey, it's baseball time. That's what it is. Baseball time. And the Bay Sox are in town. And we got Brian Shellcroft here, the general manager. He's going to give us some ideas about some of the players you have to get out there and see. Because some of these players, you better come out and see them because they may be with the Orioles the week after. So if you really want to see them, get your, and go out. They got a terrific program. Brian, tell us a little bit about the coming season. Is there a change, or are we going to be doing the same thing we've been doing before, winning?
Well, we're going to win.
Right.
That's right. That's first and foremost.
Right.
Well, obviously the priority is developing the players, but we had so much success last year that I think that there is that momentum.
Right.
We do have a good core. I mentioned earlier we have a good core of players returning that have been around the organization, that are good veteran players. Players like Brandon Waring, who's going to play a little
Waring.
Xavier Avery. You know, people like that are solid prospects and been good ball players on the Bay Sox that really provide that nucleus, and then you bring in the new kids and the pitching staff that I mentioned. And so on paper, of course, hope springs eternal. So
right.
We'll see.
Tell us a little bit about the system. A lot of people don't understand, you know, how the Bay Sox fit and how that organization, how it works.
That's a great question. So each major league team has various minor league teams from single A up to triple A.
Right.
Okay, now triple A is the closest to the major leagues.
Right.
So,
see, a lot of people don't. Some of them think that, you know, if you're single A, that you're number one.
Right. Exactly.
You see what I mean? But it's different.
It's confusing.
Yeah.
So you have various levels of single A. And once you graduate from single A, you come to the Bay Sox, which is double A. And the AAA team for the Baltimore Orioles is actually in Norfolk, Virginia. So after the Bay Sox, the natural progression would be go to AAA in Norfolk. Now, you don't necessarily...
AAA Norfolk.
You're correct. Now, you don't absolutely have to follow that protocol going from single A to double A to AAA. Occasionally, we will have players from the Bay Sox that will jump directly from the Bay Sox, meaning double A,
to Orioles,
to Baltimore.
Right.
It doesn't happen often, but
it's
it does
based
happen.
on the need.
Correct.
For instance, and I would say one of the positions that is pitching, a pitcher of all the positions that a player is participating in, I would think that pitcher would be one of the most demand, you know.
Yeah. And not only that, where you have a starting pitcher that's on a rotation where they're pitching every 5 days or every 6 days, occasionally Baltimore might have a need for a rotation spot, and they would tap into double-A Bowie to fill that rotational spot. And so that pitcher might only be up there for a start or two and then back to the Bay Sox. So,
well, is there any rule that they, once they're called by the parent team, is no rule that say that, well, I was called, well, so now I'm with the AAA team, and, you know, it's no guarantee. I mean, as far as you staying with the AAA team.
Correct. And there are rules with regards to bringing players up and down outside of what's called the 40-man roster.
Okay.
So the 40-man roster is a major league 40-man roster, which includes 25 active players that are actually in a major league team and an additional 15 who would be in the minor leagues.
Active players would be in the first 15, you say?
Active first 25.
First 25.
So Major League Baseball active roster is 25.
I see.
But there is a 40-man Major League Baseball roster. So Bowie might have a couple of 40-man rosters players in addition to the active roster in Baltimore.
Well, then, every game, then, other teams can scout your team and then make a deal with the Orioles to send someone from Bay Sox to another team.
Absolutely, and you'll find in almost every game you'll have several scouts at the Bay Sox game,
right,
watching both teams.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah,
Sure.
right, because it's open season as far as the players. If they're doing well, and I say a team in New York or San Francisco need a second baseman, well, they say, well, this guy at the Bay Sox is tearing the cover off the ball, right. You know, say. Then they make a deal with the Orioles.
Absolutely.
That's the way that works.
Absolutely.
And in those deals now, is it always the talent, or it deals with the position, or does money is the chief thing that?
I would not say money is the chief thing. I would say the majority of the trades deal with talent.
Talent,
and future considerations with talent, but yes.
most of them deal
Most of 'em.
deal with the talent.
Right.
Tell me, how long does it take? You know, some of the players, you got 3 levels there: the AAA, AA, and you have the single. How long does it take? You find some players, they never make it majors. What are the percentage wise?
Well, okay, so at the Bay Sox, we average 7 players a year to make it to the major leagues.
Okay. See, that's good to know.
So if you're estimating 7 players out of every 25, so when you look at our roster, it's 25 people. Of that roster, maybe 7 will receive an
Bids.
invitation to the big league. So even at AA, and that's of course if you've gotten through all the single A's, all the single A's, and you've made your promotion up to AA. So while the chances of a minor league baseball player making it is very slim, by the time you make it to the Bay Sox or AA level, it certainly is a viable thing. But once you reach the age of 26, 27, then you're really on the downside. So if you've not reached the major leagues by age 27 or so, you might consider another line of work, which is the tough part about the business.
Right. So that, but actually, the club doesn't have any requirement age-wise.
No, sure. If you we might
I
carry
was
a
thinking of
catcher.
Satchel Paige when he went in when he was 50 years old.
Well, sure. And, and Satchel Paige, of course, was good enough to be in the majors when he was in his 20s.
Right.
But if you have a left-handed pitcher who still has some stuff, and he's 30, 31, he might still absolutely be a viable option to be held on a roster, or potentially a catcher. Catchers are always in demand.
Catcher. That was my next question. What positions are in demand? So the youngsters out there will know. Hey, look, I'm not going to play first base or second base. I'm going to practice, being a catcher or a pitcher.
Certainly, a defensive catcher has a lot of value for major league teams. And the thing is you really don't have to be a great hitter. You have to be a viable hitter.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
But a good defensive catcher is extremely valuable.
275, would you say?
Sure.
If he's hitting 275, right.
Well, if you think about the major leagues, a former Bay Sox, Matt Wieters, is a fantastic defensive catcher, Gold Glove Award winner.
Right.
And he's a 250, 260 hitter, but still if not one of the best catchers in Major League Baseball.
I see. So give me the order of demand by position. If a youngster out there want to be a major leaguer, which position should he aim for?
Well, you want to be a left-handed pitcher.
Left-handed pitcher.
I think that's probably the most
is that
rare. It is really that left-handed pitcher.
If you're a left-handed pitcher, first being a left-handed pitcher, then being a pitcher.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, if you look at a roster, even though you might pitch only once every 4 or 5 days, as opposed to someone who plays every day, your roster of 25 active roster, 12 of them are pitchers. So that tells you right there that,
active roster 25 and 12 other 25 are pitchers.
Yeah. And so of those 12, there might only be 2 or 3 that play on a given night.
So what about a relief pitcher? Now, what's the demand? Is there really demand for a relief pitcher, I would think? A guy could go out there and burn it for 2 or 3 innings, you know what I mean? What do you think of that?
That's something that really gets developed in the minor leagues too. It's one of those things where you take someone's talent, and if they, as you mentioned, really have the talent and the mentality to come in, to shut the door, to not succumb to the pressures, that's pretty unique talent, and a lot of that's mental as well. So. And I think that gets developed in the minor leagues where you say, all right, this guy.
That's developed in the minor leagues.
Right. This is a guy that wants the ball every day. He's not a guy that wants to pitch every 5 days. He wants the ball every day or every other day. He wants to stay stay active. And so I think those are the type of things, personality traits that come out in AA and AAA.
And actually, a lot of people don't understand there's a long reliever and a short reliever.
Yeah, and a setup man.
Right. Okay. A lot of people, they don't realize that. Okay, if the starting pitcher gets in trouble third inning or something like that, then you want your long reliever. If he goes 7, 8 innings, then you want your short man that can throw fastballs.
Right.
You know, strikeout.
Right. And the bullpen has really evolved over the years. And you know, baseball is a sport that really doesn't evolve quickly or quite frankly at all. It's still the same type of sport that was played in early 1900s. But the one thing that I feel has evolved is kind of these roles for relievers. You have you have the long man, you have the setup man.
Yeah.
Okay, and then you have the closer.
The closer.
Right? Yeah.
Right.
So you have each of these different roles that are relatively new in baseball vernacular.
Okay, well, tell us a little more about opening day. You're going to have something special. That's what we want to hear.
Yeah. Well, opening day is a week from today. And we do have some special things going on, and most of them revolve around the Special Olympics.
Oh.
So we're doing some
Special Olympics.
We're doing some fundraisers.
Congratulations.
Well, we've had a long history with the Special Olympics, and we've tried to do different fundraisers. And so this one, we've got some local entities selling fundraiser tickets, including the Bowie Police Department.
Oh, great.
So yeah, so we think it's a good way to raise money for the state on the state level. And we also have some other fundraisers on the local level, on the county level, and Special Olympics as well. But
right. But opening day, hey, you heard it. Opening day is going to be Special Olympics. Special Olympics, that's one of my favorite. And what you want to do, you want to get out there, get the family out there. They have an outstanding program out there at the base. And it's right here at home, you know. You don't have to fight all that traffic. And what you want to do is bring the family. The kids just enjoy Louis and the whole total program. They really have a dynamic program out. Every game, there's always something happening, right?
Do you believe this is our 21st season?
21st season.
20 of which have been in right here in
Time passed fast.
Yeah, isn't that something, Ed?
Yeah,
21 years.
You've been here 21 years. Well, that means you got a solid base here of fans here in the Washington metropolitan area. They come out, they want to really see some good baseball. Come out and see the Bay Sox. I tell you, you really enjoy it. Okay, thanks a lot, Brian, and congratulations. And Special Olympics, don't forget, opening day. See you next time.